11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Oh, I'm muted. So thanks everybody for letting me know that I'm muted. We're starting again. So Gizzard is out there. Good morning. This is, we go live every day with the Daily Gun Show. At least we attempt to. And on Tuesdays, we go live to talk about content creation. So, spend about 2 minutes here talking about things and we'll start over again. It's kind of cold. So puppy's all bundled up. Puppy co-host. It's getting better. It was started out about 48 degrees in here. Got the little space heater going. Today we're using what is this thing? Lasco. Good quality space heater. Thank you, Lasco. Anyhow, so on Tuesdays we go live to talk about content creation. Those who are focused on what the Second Amendment protects offer some inspiration, some instruction, some collaboration, and some motivation maybe. So we've got the puppy co-host. He'll go back to sleep. He saw a thing. He doesn't like things at all, and that thing just came up near him and it was making noises, so he's got to get himself back to being calm again. He likes the thing because it kicks heat out, but he doesn't like things, so he's really in a dilemma right now. Anyhow, so we're going to be chatting today about who's going to SHOT Show, and let's list some of them folks. What do you say? So we'll screen share here. We'll go to one of these screens that are behind this guy because he's being boring anyway. Nobody wants to look at a dog on the screen. And we'll shove the little doggy into the bottom doggy corner down here. Gives me a chance to say thanks to our Patreons, the people that make it possible for us to spend time on projects like this. We have a bunch of websites out there. We do stuff on social. We do the podcast. We do some other stuff. And we don't really have a bunch of sponsors on board to do that kind of thing. We enjoy doing it with the crowd, with the people that enjoy what's going on and being participatory in capitalism and this thing we call the internet, using all the technologies and whatnot. Am I even live? Not getting any comments today. Using all the technologies and whatnot. Okay, I guess we are. So, yeah, we go live because, one, I don't enjoy scripted stuff. It's kind of boring watching people, especially when AIs can write stuff for you now. It's kind of boring watching people read a script or try to tell you what they think is important. I'd rather listen to people talk, right? Have conversations. And since we value that live element of conversation, and since we can do it it's so easy to do on the internet, that's how I like to do my stuff. So if you're out there listening, and I can tell because we have a robot that tells us how many people are watching. There's upwards of 15 people watching right now. Only one person's chatting, and that dude is Gizzard. So guess who we're going to start with? That's right, she fires. So we're going to open up the screen here. We're going to do two things before we get started. One, we'll start a poll. And let's see, what should the poll be about? Let's say most valuable asset at SHOT Show. What is your most valuable asset at SHOT Show as a content creator? That's going to be the form of the question. If I can get everything in here. Is it your camera? Is it your contacts? Not your lenses. Is it your companionship? No, is that the right one? Yeah. Some people just need a friend. I mean, seriously, some people are just paying to have friends around. So is it your camera? Is it your contacts? Is it your companionship? Or is it your credibility? I don't know. Those are the only 4 things that people might want. But now I'm curious to see what y'all think. You know what? Let's do 5. Let's do a couple extra things real quick. Like, since we're here to learn, let's see how this dude gets his Instagram stuff going. So here's the blank thing. We go to a, what do you call these things? A folder, I guess, where I keep the different things. There's the Instagram stuff. We open up one of the Instagram accounts, and then you go to add, right? Let's go ahead and add a post on that Instagram account. We're going to select something from the computer. Can't really do that yet because we have to go make that first, right? So let's go over here. I'm going to hit print screen on my keyboard because I'm using a computer like a normal person. And now I'm going to, I'll go ahead and start the poll so y'all can start voting. But now that I got a screenshot of the screen, we'll open up a thing called Paint. Or if you're using a hobbled computer, you can use, whatever you want, but I'm going to use Paint. And now I've got a screenshot of all my screens here. I guess I don't want you looking at that screen. And then we will zap this piece out. See what I did there? I cropped it out, and then we will save that. And I imagine I'll save that over here. We'll just give it any name. Doesn't matter because it's not an important file. So now it's got a name. And now we will go back to the Instagrams, and now we can go find that file I just made. Shift it over a little bit, and then hit next. Why don't I... I'm just going to use the prompt. Oh, no, I don't want to share my prompt. I'll screw with my prompt a little bit. You are an advanced... Wait. You are offering advanced level... No. Content creators attending the SHOT Show. What suggestions to help those content creators reach interested companies who want coverage of their products at the show? Let's just put that part of the prompt in there. So there's a little prompt, and then guess what? Why don't we put a link to this show since we're trying to be all linky about this whole thing? Drop a quick link, real quick, and that's how fast it is to link to your live YouTube thing on the Instagrams, which is, I don't know, is it a good idea or not? Oops, did it post? I think it posted. Yeah, it posted. I really want to see what that message is, so I'm going to drag this off screen and see what that message is in case it's important. It is probably not important. All right, so let's see. We'll close Instagram and no. What's your most valuable asset as a content creator? What do you bring to the show? What is someone at SHOT Show who's interested in working with you? What do you bring to them? A camera, contact list, your companionship, or your credibility? I don't know if there's a right answer or if I'm missing something. I'm just winging it. So if there's better answers, feel free to throw them in there. So now we can go jump over to YouTube. We're going to do the next task. I could have done this all before the show. This is really what the co-host is usually supposed to do. These are all his tasks. He didn't do any of them today. He just sat there sleeping all day. And every time my alarm went off, his little toothpick leg would push out and knock the alarm off. So I kept trying to get up early, and he kept thwarting me. I kept getting thwarted by him. So let's see. We opened this up so that I could see if my subscriptions have Cape Gunworks in them. Does anybody know if Cape Gunworks has posted their Grace Curley show yet? Don't look like it, does it? All right, so we'll keep an eye on the subscriptions, but for now, we'll just go in and edit this video. All right, so this was my idea. First, I put some boilerplate in here from the AIs, but listing content creators you want to work with at SHOT Show 2024. So it's easier when you're here. So let's start with She Fires. So we got She Fires. I'm going to know some things, but I'm not going to know everything. So there's her YouTube gray. That means YouTube hyperlinked it or whatever they call it now. That's better than not doing that, right? But now we'll just, because other things happen, I got to move my elbows around. Hold on. If I'm really going to be typing, I got to actually type. So we'll put in She Fires. Let's see. Let's start with where are you at? You're in Florida? I'm going to say Florida 2A and gun content creator. And I'll say firearm. That sounds cooler. And let's see. It's easy enough to just go back to the video. Can I go to my own video? Right here. Open this up. Pause it because it'll be yelling at myself here. And then when the stuff comes up over here, I can go to people's channels. So there, that button. Go to channel. And then hopefully everybody's got their stuff on their channels right away. So I'll probably do a couple of people here, and then we'll fill the rest in off here because nobody wants to watch me sit here just doing work. People hopefully like to pay for me doing work by going over to Patreon and whatnot. But some of the stuff is just to show you the process. So we can go 200, we can go 4,000 plus subscribers, 200 plus video. Oops, let's put a plus in there and use the actual plus button. And come on, what was that? I didn't know you could use the plus sign for something. On YouTube, and I spell that right? Nope. And then we can go, I guess, see, if I was doing this for real, I have my fancy monitors and I would have this next to it on a separate, on the same monitor. But this is how regular people have to do this if you only have one monitor. It's like you have to do everything with origami. All right, so now we can go from here. I guess they shoved it up here now to get to people's links. YouTube doesn't like people going places. So should we click on Patreon? Well, yeah, we are going to want to. We're going to grab that link, copy link, and now if we go back over, where am I trying to go? Video details. Let me get rid of this. That's just going to get in my way. We don't need this at all. And see, it's weird having to play with tabs here. Support She Fires on Patreon. Now, other people have different systems because some people hate Patreon now for no reason. But we'll go ahead and say, yuck, that was garbage. So instead of doing that, I tried to grab the link and it didn't work. So we're going to just go to Patreon. Oh, we'll pull that off here because that's her business. And now we'll link to it. And then put that back over here. You can support She Fires on Patreon. And then put that link there. That's a much nicer link. Am I spelling that wrong? P-A-T-R-E. There we go. This is super small. Why don't I make this bigger? Why am I sitting here typing this like some kind of young kid? I'm now using my other monitor, so I just want to do it. I can't do it with one monitor here. All right, so I'm going to do something like that, but then I also want to go find her Instagrams. I think I pulled that up. So we're going to go with these two numbers from the Instagrams. So we can paste those and posts, comma, we'll just go with that same 150 plus. Oops, 150, not a zero. There we go. And I always just round numbers because it looks cooler. It's easier to read. 4,000 followers on Instagram. And then if I was doing this, when I go to do this over on other platforms that actually let me, do things like add links and stuff, I'll just add the links there, excuse me. So we'll grab that link for now, do it kind of sloppy. But I figure YouTube and Instagram are pretty much the biggest. So if I'm on this and it's all a bunch of garbage up here, let's see if I can't get an actual SheFires page. Am I going to get, there we go. So you used to be able to click on their title. Now you can click on home, but I don't know if you noticed, it was like YouTube / a bunch of computer garbage up there. So when you click on someone's home tab, it flips to their real words that we can read. So now it just says youtube.com/@SheFires, which is way easier to type, right? So we'll paste that in here and get rid of the /featured because you don't want extraneous garbage on something like this. So now the idea is that we're going to go around and do this for people who are going to be on at SHOT Show. So that, two reasons. One, so that people who might be watching this are going to be set up at SHOT Show or doing something at SHOT Show, and they're looking for cameras or eyeballs or some of those things we talked about in the poll. If they're looking for contacts, if they're looking for companionship, if they're looking for credibility, or if they're looking for somebody's camera, then they can hook up with you. They'll have your YouTube and they'll have your Instagram, and then they'll have your Patreon. So if they want to help you out, hopefully as capitalists, you understand that. What do you want? A whole bunch of rich people doing stuff in front of you, or do you want regular people doing stuff together? You pick what you want to do. Or do you want communism, where the rich people pick who they're going to have do stuff and they're just going to take your money and do it? So you get those three choices. Or I guess you could do nothing. You could see nothing happen, like live like cavemen and watch grass grow. Some people dig that. You're allowed to do that. It's super cool, I bet. But so that's your option. If you want to, if the companies that are out there want to get in contact with SheFires now, they've got this. They know a little bit about her and how to contact her and how big she is. So now I'm going to try to come up with, hold on, there's my mute button with all these screens open. Since I'm over here coughing, I'm going to drink some coffee. I think there's coffee in this thing. Why don't we have a quick commercial, thanks to our friend over at Foss, the Foss channel, who made this cool commercial for me on my Gear website store. Thank you.
Captain, a vessel approaching.
On screen.
We're being hailed.
Every weekend over at GearWebsites.com, our online store, we have free Patch Friday. And that means that every order placed on our store on Fridays is going to include at least one free patch. So that's every order with no coupons, no minimum order, no codes needed. You place the order on Friday, and when it arrives to you, it's going to have at least one free patch. Your support means a lot to us, and financial support is critical. So thanks again to the people who keep us online through purchases at GearWebsites.com.
I should probably put a link out there once in a while when I do that. So I'm going to try to find a link and do that. And I should probably take down the notice from December at some point off the store also. Alan Anchors out there, welcome. Good morning. All right, so we've got the, and thanks to Foss for making that commercial for us. We've got the, can you hear okay when I'm like this? Otherwise you can't see the puppy down there. If I move the mic over here, then it's right in the puppy's ear. Nobody wants to see that. Did somebody ask for a puppy wiggle? I think somebody asked for a puppy wiggle. Oh no, I might have misunderstanding. It was a puppy treat, not a puppy wiggle. Excuse me, puppy. This was not requested. This was uncalled for. Unnecessary puppy wiggle. He was sleeping, and now he's got a puppy wiggle happening. Sorry about that. I want to apologize for everybody for that puppy wiggle. Snob offered the This dog already got paid this morning for his Amazon money, FYI. This dog gets paid every morning for his Amazon cut. And now he's getting paid even more, which is kind of a ripoff for everybody else in the family, but Snob did throw a super chat in here. So $1. And we'll go with the up in the air, 99 cents. Well played. Well played. All right. This was the puppy wiggle. This is what the puppy wiggle was. It happens once in a while. You have to do it because look at his face. Look at his face. What are you going to not do this? Look at that face. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, let's get back to work. All right, so put that back over there. Come on. I'm trying to get work done here. He's the worst co-host ever. Let's see. So we're going to say the contact info. We're going to say the Patreon, so the support info. And if someone's got something besides Patreon, we'll try to incorporate that. Although it's much more difficult and it probably costs you more. But then we got Florida 2A and firearm content creator. Let's go with self-defense instructor. And let's try typing that in right. And national 2a.org rep. So a little bit more about what she's got going on over there. And then how would you say, like, what other things? I'm going to put it that way. I don't know. What other things would people be looking for when they're making a decision about who they want to work with? We don't want to make paragraphs for everybody, but want to make it useful. All right, so we got she fires. Now, if we're going to do this on YouTube, since there's no way to bold or indent or bullet point or anything like that, we're stuck with this old garbage. A whole bunch of dashes. So there you go. So now there's some dashes, and then we'll go with a great start shooting school. And here's a trick. You can copy. See how it automatically hyperlinked, like we said? You can just paste that, and then you don't have to type it all again. Like a sucker. So, and then you get it spelled right away too. So we can copy and paste most of this. That's the fun part. So don't have to do stuff over and over and over. In fact, this is pretty, you got to use the same people? What's going on here? So all we have to do is change Connecticut. There's no way to spell Connecticut, so you just type something and then let the robot do it. Connecticut 2A and firearm content creator. Nice. Self-defense instructor and national and multiple. I guess that's the difference. Or wait, she fires is probably multiple at this point too, so I think I'm going to actually write representatives for people who are overwhelmed by the abbreviations and or don't understand what I'm trying to say there. And I can say representative because they're only one person. So now we do have to change this out, and I guess I can shortcut here, copy, I guess I already copied that, didn't I? And paste, so that's one. And I'm assuming it's the same over here, but no, I don't know if it is. We'll find out. Yeah, it is. So hopefully that gets everybody the idea. Then we'll do that. Oh, I guess I got to get the numbers corrected, right? And Brooke is on. Oh, I'm going to put their websites in here too. That's a good idea. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get that, so I'll just click on it and get it the easy way by going like that. Then we'll put the website right underneath their bio because it's more important than all the social stuff. Might not get the reach, but it's permanent and it's completely controllable. It's completely modified by the person. All right, and I like to capitalize them. What's She Fire's website? Let's find out. I'm assuming it's like shefires.com or something. Is there shefires.com? What's going on? There it is. Make this one a hyperlink, eh? And then we'll take that one and jam it into underneath of there. All right, like I say, I said I'm not going to do these all, but I'll do the first couple here, and then we'll just start listing people. So get your fingers ready to start typing in who I should be including in this list. I'm not going to do full data for everybody, but people that need a little bit of attention out there and could use it, then we'll definitely be putting them on this list. And you know my criteria. You got to be doing something for the Second Amendment. Anybody can do stuff on guns. There's 2,500 people going. I'm not putting everybody in here. So the determining factor will be your motivation towards activism, awareness, and Second Amendment focus. So then, what am I missing? Oh, I got to get Brooke's info in here. So her website doesn't list it all for some reason, but we'll go over here, 230 and 150. 230 and 150. Oh, I did that wrong. 150. Wait, did I do that wrong? Okay, let me close this one. Posts and followers. Posts and followers. So 230 and 150. Well, she fires the smoking Brooke on Instagram. Got to up those numbers. And then how do we get Brooke over here faster? Go to my subscriptions. And what are we looking at over here? 330 and 325. $300 plus and 325. Or 320. No, 300. All right. Oops. Typos can get you in trouble if you've got the wrong number in there. Come on. Dumb buttons. They all matter too. Okay, so you can support Brooke. Oh, maybe I should I put their names on there? I don't know. So that's a start. And I'm going to attempt to do that maybe while I'm watching somebody else's show later on, like Toby, when he's doing his thing later. I'll fill in some of this with other people. So who else is going that should be listed here? And let's go look at the poll. So far, I asked everybody, what's your most valuable, what is the asset that is of the most value that you bring to SHOT Show? Is that the way to say it? That's the most concise way to say it. What is the most valuable asset you bring to SHOT Show? Maybe that's the way to say it. Your camera, your contacts, your companionship, or your credibility. And what am I missing off of that list? Or what should I put on there instead of these four? So far, contacts is winning 50%. Camera is at 38%, and credibility is at 12%. That's interesting. So maybe that could be reputation. I tried to go with this alliteration there. I guess I don't care. See, by reflex, I flipped that to live chat. I really don't need the live chat in my own chat. I can go look on the inside. So I'm going to go look at the inside over here. We got Gizzard saying hey and doing his member thing. He's going to SHOT Show. Ghost is only going to SHOT Show in the afternoon. Snobs joining us. Welcome. Different. You were just thinking the other way. I bought myself a pair of shoes also. I bought Skechers because all the cool kids are wearing Skechers, and I was told to do things that everybody else does all the time. Street Fires is joining us. Welcome. Gizzard is just walking back and forth in his house right now, breaking in his shoes, running up and down the stairs, I guess. Tristan, welcome. Clover, SHOT Show, come on, can't wait. Right on. Thanks to you guys for being members. These are super chats that members do. I mean, you pay for the membership, but the membership gives you the ability to throw super chats like that out there. Let's see. If anybody else is out there, say hey. Otherwise, I guess I'll just make this stuff up. Let's see. Is here. Notification set to all. Audio and video is good. Yeah, appreciate the feedback. Thanks. Alan Anchor saying we made a bunch of QR codes that hits people's Linktree accounts for networking at SHOT Show. You mean like patches and stickers for people, like to wear on their stuff? I don't know. Would you wear a code on you that people could zap and it would go to your contact info? Is that cool or is that not cool? What if you're, doing something and now they got you? Just saying. What if you're burning rubber and they don't like you burning rubber in the parking lot and now they got you because you got your QR code all over yourself? I don't know. I guess it's the same as a logo. Or are we talking about something else? All right, so who else is going to SHOT Show? I guess one way we can go is see. Oh, I was wondering, what is going on over here? I got a ton of Patreon comments I got to go look at. So I apologize to anybody who's over on Patreon not getting replied to. I was over there just the other day, so I don't know. Something must have posted that was controversial. I think I'll just go to my subscription list. That's probably the easiest thing. Is there a way for me to go to my own subscription tab anymore, or is this all I got? This is lame. There used to be a subscription tab. Let me go to my own channel. And I could just look at who I was subscribed to. I can go to my community. Oh, no, the community is just this. Membership is membership. They got rid of all, the ability for us to connect our channels together. We don't even have contacts. I think I can jam contacts into the home tab as a thing. Or is that just favorites? I know I've got something down here. No, it's just like a playlist or a list or something. This is lame. YouTube's stupid. So let's see if I can click on subscriptions. No. I don't think Toby's going. Chris is going, so we'll put him in the list. Gizzard is going. Andy was the first one to type in there. Greer Report is going. Do I put Walk the Talk America on there? I think I could. Ghost is going. Forge of Freedom is not going. Ghost is going. We already got Brooke in there. Team House, man, it'd be cool to meet the Team House people. Virginia Citizens Defense League, often they can't go, but this year their lobby day is next Monday, or it's this coming Monday, you could say. And that means that they are going to be able to go. So that would be a cool thing. Heads Manifesto, that would be cool. Is there a way for me to see my subscribe page? This is driving me nuts. Does anybody know? Is there a way for me to see my actual, like we used to be able to see just all the people we're subscribed to? This is heinous. The word heinous was written for this. Sisters in Arms. Does anybody know if Carrie Ann or Renee are going? They haven't mentioned it in any of their shows, but they don't really do a show like that to mention it. Bullets for Bucks is going. I'll put his contact. Four Boxes Diner. I wonder if that guy's going. Foss is not going. Professor Yamane. I wonder if he's going. I'm going to have to ask that guy. Never Enough Ammo is super scared to go. He's been invited so many times. He's super scared to go. Play Society podcast. Paul's probably not going. He's never gone. Crump, he's probably going. And he's a writer. So that gets us a writer on the list. Budget. Budget is not going that I am aware of. Does anybody know if Budget's going? He's Budget again. We don't have to call him the content creator formerly known as Budget Guns and Gear anymore. Combat Story, man, I'm assuming they're going. I hope to. Say hey to them. Riding Shotgun with Charlie, going. I don't know about Maj. He might be going. He's one of those kind of people that would go, here's why I'm not going to SHOT Show, and here's why SHOT Show is so lame. There's a whole bunch of people that try to get street cred by talking shit about SHOT Show. I don't know if Maj has been to SHOT Show for sure, but I don't know. He definitely could get on that. He's he's at that level of content creator where they don't feel like going, then all of a sudden SHOT Show sucks. Armed Attorneys, they're probably going, right? I'm not going to link them. They could pay me to link them if they want. Biker Bob's probably been to SHOT Show more times than you. I'll just put that out there. Tessa is probably going. Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network, definitely going. They've always gone. 2A Cops, interesting. I'm not going to put them on the list, but they might be there. I don't know if I'd recognize them. Would I recognize them? I might. Zephyr is just half of Walk the Talk America, so that don't count. AR Guns 556. I don't think he's got any interest in going to SHOT Show. Has he ever said he's going to SHOT Show or had any interest? Cowboy ain't going. They refuse. I've asked him like 1,000 times. They're out there. You can scold them. Tell them to go. They're out there right now. Tell them to go. Macman, he's not going. I don't think. Is Macman going? Tell me if I'm missing that. Kingpin, I don't think he likes SHOT Show. I don't know. Roll Call, probably doesn't like show. Roll call would probably go. He works at a gun shop. Not through studio. I'm not in studio. I'm just looking at it through YouTube. But all I'm able to look at it is over here on the side. Back in the day, we used to have a big page that we could look at subscriptions on. Let's see. American Suppressor Association, definitely. They probably have the best 2003 wrap-up for a 2A org, or a Second Amendment, or I should say a gun owners' rights organization. They did probably the best. Yankee make a big point. Yankee's one of them people. Oh, no, I'm not going, so SHOT Show sucks. It's too expensive. I'm not going. I'm going to get sick. When he wants to go, it's awesome. When he doesn't want to go, he hates it. Wilson, whatever they pay for, they're the largest YouTube channel, I think, right now for guns. Patriot, I don't know if Patriot's ever expressed interest in going. We could get Patriot to SHOT Show anytime he wants to go. Geek Fusion, oh, that's Matt. He's never going. I just said he's scared of it. Arizona Game and Fish, never seen them there. Wait, have I? Well, you know what? I bet you they do go. I'll bet you Ben Avery goes. Artec, he said he's going in 2005, I think, or 25, I think. Crump is trying to double dip. Forward Training Concepts. Oh, that's Sonny. Yeah, I'll bet you he's going. Should I put a communist on the list? I'm putting a communist in. You all just got listed with a communist, so you're on a list now. Cheryl Todd from AZ Firearms will be there. The Machine Gun Nest. Man, they're probably there. That'd be cool to meet them. Reverend Ken Blanchard. I don't know if he's going. You know, he sometimes has gone, but he's back and forth. He's also, I mean, he's not a jerk, but he is definitely one of those people that, if, you know, sometimes he goes and sometimes he doesn't. I guess he's just going by Puerto Rican Pistolero now. But I don't know if he's going. I don't think so. Mike Ritland, he's probably going. Fully Loaded Reviews, that's that one dude from GOA. He's going, I'm assuming. Canadians, they probably go. I'm going to put them on the list. There's a couple of different Canadian channels you could watch, but, you know, Canada is like our little Australian neighbor, right? Dragon Man? I'm sure Eva's going. Now, is Dragon Man going? Probably not, but it would be, you get bonus points if you meet Dragon Man at SHOT Show. But I'm going to put him on the list. Every Second Matters doesn't exist. It's not a thing. So, you know what I mean? There's nothing to go. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Meet the Pressers. They're probably going. Sporting Systems, that gun shop, is probably going. Although they are also one of those people that are like, oh, I'm not going, so it's too expensive. I'm going to put Michael Cargill on the list because if you meet him, actually, he was there at SHOT Show last year. I introduced him and Yankee and chatted with him a little bit. So, I'm assuming he'll go. But if you can meet somebody, you could meet at least two. If Heller's there, you could meet three people that have had, well, okay, you can meet two people if you meet Heller and Rhonda Ezel, because I'm sure she'll go. I think she goes. Actually, shit, do I know if she goes? Have I ever seen her there? I'm thinking a Gun Rights Policy Conference, I think. So assuming she goes, you could meet potentially three people that have had Supreme Court cases, because it sounds like his is going, or could go. We already did your report. They're trying to double dip. Minnesota gun owners, they're probably going to go. Do I put the state level organizations on here? I put Canada in here. I guess I could put them on here. It's going to be a big ass list now. Out of Battery Live, that's a lot. I don't know if this is a lot of stuff I'm putting in here now. But that's 3D printing and a live chat about 3D printing on the regular. Clover, I guess we can put Clover on there. Is he going? Does Clover go to SHOT Show? How come Travis never goes to SHOT Show? What's up with Travis? Travis is cray-cray. Black Guns and Gardens. I don't know if that dude goes. He probably would. What about barbecue? Why doesn't he go to SHOT Show? He hates it. Is he a SHOT Show hater? He hates training and he hates Glock, so he probably hates SHOT Show. Pat in a Bunker. He could be a SHOT Show hater. I don't know. Outcast. I'm assuming he's a SHOT Show hater. The New Jersey Second Amendment Foundation. They probably go. G23. Is he a hater? Or is he just not going? I don't remember. Jaeger? Jaeger's, but his family will be going. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking about the RV show in Vegas that he goes to, where he won't shut up about the new materials that they put in the awnings of the RVs. Oh my goodness! You'd think that he'd never been in the shade next to an RV before. The Reload, that guy goes. I guess I'll put him in the list. NSSF. Do they go to SHOT Show? The other half of what was Locked and Loaded, she's just calling the channel Joe Rosie now, so I'm not sure if she's going. What order do they put these in? Like, probably order of how often I look at their YouTube channel. Sandhills? He's gone to Gun Rights Policy Conference. He was here in September in Arizona. Why doesn't he go to SHOT Show? Ginny Thrasher, I don't think she made the Olympic team, which is, I haven't seen anything from her since the trials. So I'm wondering how much of the U.S. Olympic team or the contenders for it go to SHOT Show. You see them occasionally, but I don't know if it's because they're there like for a reason or if they just happen to just always wear their Olympic shit. I don't know. Unapologetically Armed, is she going? I don't think it's alphabetical, man. This is definitely in some sort of order of how often I look at their channel. So look at my own channel all the time. I watch Cape Gunworks all the time. I watch She Fires and Chris and Gizzard. So these are all the stuff I just watch, I think, in order of how much I watch them, I guess. So that's why I'm wondering if these are worth digging into. Hunter's HD Gold, that guy probably goes. Guns for Everyone. I wonder if Edgar goes to SHOT Show. He could be one of the haters. The Civilian Marksmanship Program will be set up there. They're worth checking out if you like cheap guns, I guess. Man, if D. Moliere was there, that would be awesome. Let's see. That gun foodie guy probably goes. He sells ammo. Naga is... They had a really big thing, and then they had a very small one. So I don't know what they're doing now. They did it, the large one getting ready for their own event, and then they did a small one last year. So I don't know what that means. Like if they, I don't know. I have no idea what that means. They had a giant booth for the best SHOT Show in a long time, though. Let's see. Coalition of New Jersey Gun Owners. They probably go. Is Aegis going? Aegis. They support a bunch of people. 2A We Stand goes, I suppose. Shepherd Arms will probably be there. Girl in a Gun Club, they're there. I guess I could put them in the list. That's a lot of stuff in the list at this point. I don't think there's any way to count tabs, but it's starting to look like a gear report screen or something here. Oh, Aegis doesn't go? Defense Dad, I don't think I've heard him talk about it. He might be anti. I haven't seen Rhonda Mary in a while, so I don't know what's up with Rhonda Mary. Has she ever been to SHOT Show? I'm trying to think. Oh, what am I doing? Wiping my mouth on something gross. Hold on. I forgot where I was wearing this t-shirt. Or this sweatshirt. Mike White. Oh, Mike White has never talked about wanting to go to SHOT Show, has he? I think he said stuff like, I'd go if it was open to the public or something like that. There's Defense Dad again. How come I got Delivery Dad in front of Defense Dad? I guess he just hasn't posted any videos. Milsurp Duo does go. Steven Sheets. It'd be cool to see Steven at SHOT Show. The NFOA might be represented by Mean Arms, I guess. I don't know, kinda. And these get into, mostly these are gun shops at the end of my list here. Top Shot Chris will probably be there. I don't think Night Strike is going. I think he has gone to SHOT Show before, hasn't he? Am I crazy, or did Night Strike go to SHOT Show? No, I'm thinking Gun Rights Policy Conference, I think. Has Night Strike gone to SHOT Show yet? Santee? I don't know if she's ever gone. Is Santee still a thing? You're saying no, but I ask like too many questions. I don't know which no you're answering. Style Me Tactical. I don't know if she. Oh shit! I thought I knocked over my heater. Ranger Cortez. I don't know if that dude goes. Guardian Long Range. They'll probably be there. I don't know if Tusk is going. I don't know if I haven't heard from Tusk in a while. I see Rob over on Twitter, but I don't know if Tusk is still doing his thing. I guess we could look. Wheeled and Well Armed. He goes to Blade Show. I don't know if he'd go to SHOT Show. The Connecticut Citizens Defense League, Holly will be there. I guess we could put that in the list. It sounds like Antonio will be there from Empowered 2A, more than likely, with GOA. I don't know if Save the Second is a thing anymore. Argo J, after he started working at the gun shop. I don't know if he does too much anymore. Jeff Knox, he might be there. Skips, Tactical, she probably still goes. Tony Simon, I guess I don't watch Tony's channel very often. Then, yeah, this makes no sense. I guess these are people's double or extra channels, maybe, because I got Charlie down here. Mr. Knives, we should get Mr. Knives to go to SHOT Show. That'd be pretty cool. Gunstreamer probably ain't going to SHOT Show. There's Patriot again. That guy's wife, she goes to SHOT Show. She's going around as her own thing. How come I got Alan Anchor way down here? Trying to double dip. Hatfield, I got Mr. Knives again. I think it's given me a loop-de-loop. It's going back. Or maybe not. These are just old people. These people's old double channels or something. Oh, there's Pink. Put Pink in there. He'll be there. And the Green Beret Foundation is there each year. And Milspec Monkey. Oh yeah, I'll put him in the list. I wouldn't even be going there if I wasn't trying to compete with Milspec Monkey back in the day. Soldier Systems probably going to be there. Okay, there's no possible way I'm going to be putting all these into a list. Because one, the list would be very, 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 very long, and I don't have anywhere near that kind of time. I was hoping to take about an hour to do this, and we're at 48 minutes. So we'll have a couple of them in there. But I blame YouTube. I blame my puppy co-host who could have pre-done all of this when I was doing other stuff last night. I was thinking about doing this prep last night and then just talk about all the channels. But that involves a lot of work, and I don't have time to just sit around doing that kind of work when I was doing other work. Let's see. Not enough chocolate at SHOT for Mr. Knives, but in Vegas there is. And they've got that tram thing, right? And now the tram thing goes right to the one door. So you've got all those hotels on the one side of Vegas, and that tram thing, that monorail, it goes past all those hotels. And they got extra people. So they could have somebody in the kitchen of each of those hotels just cooking chocolate, like frying up chocolate, boiling up chocolate, whatever they do to chocolate. And then there's like a runner or two or three maybe. And those runners, like you've seen, like when they're trying to put out a fire with bales of water or buckets of water, except in this case, it's bunches of chocolate. And they're going to run that chocolate straight out of the chocolate oven or whatever it comes out of. And then they're going to run it to that monorail. The monorail is going to be waiting there, and then boom, it goes to the next hotel. Then boom, fills it up with more chocolate. Next hotel, boom, more chocolate. Next hotel, more chocolate. Next stop, SHOT Show. Now a bunch of people with carts, because there's a bunch of chocolate now, they get in them carts full of chocolate and they run it over to wherever Mr. Knives is at. And then while that's all happening, it's happening again because now a second train has already started the process. because there's enough of them monorails to do this, have like 3 trains running. And now that allows Mr. Knife to be anywhere in SHOT Show. And there'll just be a stream of chocolate coming by, sort of like one of those sushi buffets where there's like a little train of sushi, except it'll be chocolate and people will be walking it by him. So he'll just be able to be doing whatever he wants to do. And chocolate will just be, fresh chocolate will just be streaming near him all the time. I think we could make that happen. We can make that happen. Let's see. I'll take cool air, but hoping not as cool and breezy. Well, it's going to be winter. I just bought a whole bunch of raincoat, or I bought a, what do you call that thing? A windbreaker. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be super cold at SHOT. All right. So, Night Strike has never been. Oh, okay. I know he's been some places, though. Sounds like a lot of people are going. No, that's the thing. It's not. Is there a way to see how many tabs are open? How to count number of tabs in browser. How to count Chrome desktop, number of tabs opened. There's actual add-ons that do that. Count number of tabs on the extension. Man, that's like, is there a way to know how many tabs? Like, does this thing tell you? That would be nice. Is this? No. Oh, wait, is this? Is that everything that's open? No, that could be everything that's open. But it doesn't give me a nice list. But what is this, like a couple of 3 dozen at the most? So this isn't a dent, right? This isn't. Plus, I only pay attention to a couple of people out there. There's no way this is the 2,500. But then again, the 2,500 media, like there's some people have 7 people showing up. Some people have 5 or 3. So there's not 2,500 separate entities. There's probably 1,000 separate entities. Gizzard says, Boulder City, Nevada forecast for Monday. Mostly cloudy. Early will become partly cloudy later in the day. High around 60. Winds 5 to 10. Oh, that's super nice, isn't it? That sounds super nice to me. I mean, 60 sounds super cold, but for the rest of the world, that seems pretty nice, I think. Oh, you're talking about for the media day or whatever. Oh, let's see. So I'm scrolling through here. Oh, I got a real what do they call these things? Super chat from She Fires. Thank you for that. Excited for SHOT and meeting with everybody again. Thank you for that. I guess I'll leave that up there for a bit. Yeah, I couldn't see the subscriptions anywhere else either. All right, so getting back to, did I open this in a new tab? That would have been a good idea. I don't think I did. So I just have all this stuff open along with the ones that I lost somewhere in there. Yeah. So I don't know where the ones that I started this whole thing off with are. Oh, there we go. So what we'll try to do is list a bunch of people. And then what I'll do is take that info and put it over at Substack, because that's really the best place to put, except for your own websites. Substack is the best place to put stuff for formatting and for length and for, I guess, organization and distribution. So putting that on your own website is ideal, because then you put the data there. It can be any way you want. It can be formatted any way you want. And it, by being there, it will attract eyeballs from the internet, essentially, or robots from the internet at least. By putting it on something like a Substack or some other social platform, you're going to get the reach that the shared platform is going to offer, but then you get the constraints of, it's on their platform and you're not really promoting your own stuff as much as, that your stuff is on this other platform that you're kind of or jointly promoting for, with everyone for them. But in either way is right or wrong, do both. So what we'll do is we'll list all this stuff during probably Cape Gunworks show later on this afternoon. and feel free to look back. I'm going to try to give it a title, something like, if you're a manufacturer and you want to talk to content creators, here's a list, something to that effect. Or maybe I'll have the robot write me a more descriptive list or title than that. But that's the goal, is to create a list of people that if someone is at SHOT Show and they've spent, depending on who you talk to, probably tens of thousands, if not close to $100,000 just to be there, depending on the size of the company, they're spending some real money to be there, to get there, and to have their place staffed. And if that's the case, they probably want as much attention as they could possibly get. So that's the goal, that's the purpose of this list. Since I wasn't able to do it last night, we kind of started it here together, and no one's really offered any other suggestions for bullet points or characteristics to add to the list. So I started with their YouTube handle, since it's on YouTube right now, but their name or their contact info, like their channel, project name, or whatever you want to say, their title, I guess, the brief description of what they do, and I guess maybe it'd be interesting to say how long they've been doing it, maybe like since a time frame. That would be interesting. So if one of the platforms, actually YouTube will give you that. If you go to, I'll just do it on my own. If you just go to your own or go to somebody's about tab, or wait, does it tell us anywhere? Yeah, it'll tell you down here somewhere when they joined. Another way to do it on platforms that don't tell you that kind of stuff. Now we know on YouTube's that videos have been around the longest. On some platforms, it's other things, right? But you can click on oldest there and then see, 15 years ago, this was our first video. And it says 15 years ago, but if you click on it, it'll actually tell you the date. So September of 2008, this was the first time I posted something on YouTube. That's what it looks like shooting a suppressed Walther with PVS 14 night visions. And that's nothing. Listen to that ASMR. Back before ASMR was even a thing. So back in, what is this? 2008, this is what we were doing for fun on the weekends. And 20 years later, everybody's catching up. Listen to that awesome whine in the background. Isn't that great? That's what my camera used to do. You don't have an alien drill going into your skull. That's my first camera. Anyway, so I can probably pull off from either their channel or some idea of when their first video started going up, how long they've been a content creator. I'm not sure. I mean, that's going to take a little more legwork, but that might actually be an interesting one for people. All right, but that being said, that's the goal, is to have a list of content creators that someone could use if they were attempting to get the most out of their SHOT Show. Let's see. So if you're a content creator interested in reaching interested companies, I'm trying to search for my mute button again so I can call. Right. If you're interested in meeting companies, you got some pre-show planning, and you still have time to do some of this. You got target identification. Don't aim for the big names, for just the big names. Research up-and-coming companies relevant to what you do. Help them get exposure, and they're a better fit for your audience typically. You've got personalized outreach. Reaching out to the specific PR or marketing contacts is probably better than just contacting them, just straight on through their customer service. Talking about work you've done with them or for them. Having some ideas, so you're not just like, hey, I exist and you exist, therefore, right? Like, have some idea of what you could do. The examples are unique coverage angles like in-depth reviews or user-generated content campaigns. So you don't have to be limited by what other folks have done in the past. You know what you might want to do or what you can do. Think about how you can accomplish chunks of that or all of it at the show, right? You got a media kit Don't just list your stats, showcase your audience demos, engagement metrics, and past successful collaborations. Quantify your reach and value proposition. And I think that can, everyone, we've talked about this in the past, that's not necessarily always just the subscriptions and views. It can be lots of other ways to quantify that. Then you've got social media buzz. Generate pre-show hype by teasing your SHOT Show coverage plans on your social media channels. I haven't thought about doing that before. Use the strategic hashtags like SHOT Show and gear review. Interesting. Now, while you're at the show, prioritize booths from your targets. Don't just hand out cards. Engage in meaningful conversations about their products and your potential plans. Highlight your expertise and how you can benefit them. This is all from one of the robots. If you can guess which robot I used for this, let me know, because this was actually a pretty good one. Nowadays, I'll ask 3 or 4 robots and take the best answer. I don't just go with, like a lot of chumps will just go to one robot and ask the question and then be happy with what one robot tells them. I make the robots work for me. Let's see. So then the next one is content creation on the fly. Capture engaging video snippets, demos, or interviews at booths. Upload them live to your social channels, tagging the companies and using the hashtags. This shows initiative and real-time interest. And make sure you can do that. Some things you're not supposed to be doing that, so make sure it's applicable as well. Collaborations, events. Look for opportunities to collaborate with other creators at the show. What? A robot said that. Organize joint product reviews, panel discussions, or live streams, and invite brands relevant to your combined audience. I don't know who's listening to this, but if you are going to SHOT Show and you're spending any amount of time and effort, why would you do what everybody else already has done before? Think about doing something different. You're allowed to do what you want to do. And if there's rules, I haven't seen them. I mean, there's rules about conduct and there's rules about, what you're supposed to do there, but there's no rules on how you do it. So if you're doing it because somebody else did it, next up is the next one is take advantage of the new product center to discover lesser known gems. Offer coverage of these exciting releases, potentially scoring exclusive access and early previews. So again, you could almost count that as pre-show. Have you taken a look at the resources SHOT offers? Somebody got dog hair in my mouth. The catalog thing that they send us in the mail, plus also the website with all of that stuff. And then there's, I guess, some kind of an app for these telephones that I've heard about. So have you been using those? And are you waiting to SHOT Show to contact these people? They've, like I mentioned, they've probably spent some money to get there. They may actually be thinking about it already and planning their things out. I don't know. Booth visits and networking. Oh, no, I already did this one. So next we'll go to post-show. This is after the show, in other words. Deliver high-quality content. Don't wait. Promptly deliver the promised reviews, articles, or videos to the companies you meet. Ensure the content is professional, engaging, and showcases the products in the best light. Show of hands for people who are participating today and who've been there before. How much do you remember from Monday on Tuesday? How much do you remember from Thursday 2 weeks later? You can do yourself a lot of good by making notes, taking pictures of your notes, doing things like that, like incorporate in your reminders into your content. Somebody says something, take a picture of a blue butterfly. It's like, well, I got a picture of a blue butterfly. Oh no, that's when we had that discussion about the thing. So do stuff to trigger yourself to remember the stuff that you're going to forget, if that makes sense. Especially when you're talking about trying to capitalize or, make the most use out of the thing you just spent all this time and effort getting to. So it says, don't wait, promptly deliver the reviews. Ensure the content is professional, engaging, and showcases the products in the best light. That's a way to do it. There's also first, and then there's also the coolest. So you can have the best, coolest, like the best, nicest lighting and the coolest I shouldn't keep saying coolest. You can have the most precise lighting and the best like framing or something, and be super boring, and no one's going to give a shit about your perfectly staged and lit stuff. You could have sloppy camera, it's all blurry, and do something cool at the booth, and everyone's going to remember it forever. Just saying. Do you remember if the picture of the HK bullets backwards it was a good picture or not? Or do you remember that the bullets were backwards? So that is a way to go. Try to be good or whatever, but trying to be really good at a show where you may not be comfortable yet is asking a lot. Telling somebody on their 9th year to be good at the booth, all right, I'll take that as a challenge. I've done, I can see challenge in somebody who's been there 6 times to do really good videos at the booth. You should be able to figure out how to do that by then. The 3rd year, that's a lot of challenge. You can't just do it. You have to figure it out, and that's a lot to figure out when you haven't been there yet. So I don't really agree with this high quality content, period. It's me. I'm not into that. But even if you are a fancier of high quality content, realistically getting it at the show is something that takes a little bit of effort. That being said, people who say it's not possible are weak and lazy, because it's totally possible. Look at Mo Spec Monkey. He's been doing it forever. It's totally possible to get high quality stuff out of SHOT Show. You just have to know what you're doing. Social media amplification. Continue promoting your SHOT Show coverage through social media channels, tagging the companies, encouraging audience engagement. Run targeted ads to reach their potential customers. I don't know about all that. If you want to run ads, that's your business. But I was hoping it was going to say continue promoting SHOT Show coverage throughout the year on social channels. SHOT Show is a big deal, and people that hate it can go hide in a hole. I don't care. But the rest of us understand that it's a big deal. It's the one time we get together. We're allowed to remember it. We're allowed to look forward to it, and we're allowed to reference it. And people that don't want to can go shoot 9mm. You know what I mean? There's a whole caliber for people that don't want to participate in what everybody else is doing. Let's see. Then there's metrics and reporting. Provide the companies with clear data on the research and engagement your coverage generated. Quantify the value you delivered and lay groundwork for future collaborations. You're either going there as a spectator or as a participant. And if you're going there as a participant, there's not a lot of rules. So you're either going to make up your own rules and play by them, or you're going to, do whatever. You're going to watch other people and try to do their rules. I don't know. But it's a good one. I don't know. We could have a whole conversation on how to do that. There's probably different ways for different people to do that. Some people can just whip it out and drop it. Here's my, here's my numbers. And other people want to come up with something more useful than that. Honestly, usually when you just drop numbers, you don't have much concept of what is going on out there. When you've got small numbers, if you've got dozens of people interacting, you probably know their names. You know what I mean? That's a different relationship. So you have a different potential. Hey, are you trying to get written reviews? I know the 12 people that watch my stuff, and we like writing written reviews. You don't want to, that's probably a bad example, but there's, ways that you can let them know that, hey, there's things that we can do as a small group that large groups just aren't even interested in. They just can't do. So everyone's got value. Know what your value is. Let them know what your value is. If they don't want it, no problem. You've got 20,000 booths or something. I don't know, like 1,000 booths. I forget what the number of booths is. Professional presentation. We get into some bonus tips here. Dress professionally and maintain a positive, enthusiastic demeanor throughout the show. First impressions matter to people who worry about first impressions. There's definitely people that are superficial, and their first impressions is like, oh, you know what? You looked like you burped the first time I seen you. So from now on, we're never doing business. Those people are usually poor. Those people are usually like standing on the side, watching everybody else do their thing. It's a SHOT Show. This is, if you're going to be worried about if somebody's sweaty, or if they aren't walking right, or if they've got too much on their mind, or if they're stressed out. And like, if I disregarded everybody that cried, you know what I mean? Like, many people cry at SHOT Show. Like, it's a lot going on. And just first impressions matter. Yeah, if you're going on a date with somebody and you got nothing else to do all day but get ready for that date, and you're going to meet them at their house, you're going to show up looking like an asshole. Expect what you get. But if you're going to SHOT Show and you're barely able to get through the Thursday, and you're carrying a bunch of heavy shit to your car, and somebody's going to go, I don't like your haircut. I don't like the way your hair is messy. Then you didn't want to do business with them anyway. So I don't like that first impressions matter. Robots don't have feelings or anything, so they probably think that. To dress professionally and maintain a positive, enthusiastic demeanor. SHOT Show, man. Like, seriously, like, there's people that dress all goofy that go there. There's people that dress like they're, at work. There's people that dress all up. Like, there's people that wear suits and stuff. You think that makes me think more of them? Do you think more of people that put on airs and wear suits at SHOT Show? Like, what is wrong with you wearing a suit at SHOT Show? If you own a company, I guess, and you're dealing with multi-millions of dollars, I guess. But fuck, if you're making that kind of money, why won't you just wear what's comfortable? So I don't get this whole dress professionally. If you're considering that to be like putting on airs, snobbing them, they walk around in Hawaiian shirts, and that's probably just as good an option or a strategy as anything else. Tech savvy. Invest in good camera equipment and editing software to ensure high quality content production. Back in the day when everybody was like, wow, the internet's neat and new, and wow, I want to see how good it can be. But guess what? Like, go look at anything that's existed for more than a minute. Like, scratchy and grungy and used and vintage is a thing. So I don't agree with this. Like, I understand it. People that want to sell you cameras really care. People that want to keep you out of the game by making sure that, you can't afford the camera they got. I guess. I don't know what the trip is people have about making sure you got a good camera. I've done everything on a phone or on a $60 camera. I might have had 3 or 4 $60 cameras at a time because we were doing a lot of stuff and I wanted a camera for downrange. But I never had a fancy camera. I have to buy a camera now, and I haven't bought it because I'm too cheap to buy it. But I have to buy a camera in order to make some more money, and it's driving me nuts that I got to spend money to make money. But we're dragging around a big camera at SHOT Show, an expensive camera at SHOT Show, a fancy camera at SHOT Show, where it's going to get smashed or dropped or lost or stolen, wet or dry. Nah, just makes no sense to me. Again, 7th year, 9th year, and you're trying to challenge yourself and your own quality? Maybe. But if you think people are like really seriously worried about that, chime in. If you're a manufacturer or you're somebody who's trying to make money at SHOT Show, are you going to turn away somebody who's got themselves to Vegas, who's got themselves on the internet or whatever to create content, that got themselves into that show, that walked themselves in there that day, and you're going to go, I don't like your camera, so why don't you just keep moving on? I don't like the sound quality of your videos, so I don't feel like talking to you. You deserve what your success you get in that situation. So I get some of this, but I don't know. Not 4th day into SHOT Show for sure. And honestly, I don't think of it at what's your first day of SHOT Show? The range day? You're going to be walking around with your fanciest camera out in the dust and dirt and potential rain and the hazards of walking up and down gravel. Other people walking around. Foreigners. Do they care about your property? They're communists, for crying out loud. They're given their property. They don't care about your property. They don't even understand the concept of it or politeness or manners. So you're just standing there minding your business and your lens goes flying off because some foreigner decided to smash into your camera because in their country it's fine. That's what they do in their country. No, come on. I'm not carrying a fancy camera at range day. And then the first day of SHOT, Tuesday. Really? Everybody's just meeting each other. Everybody's saying hi. Everybody who knows what's up is, using it as a day to reconnect. And then you're walking around with your fancy camera equipment. Hey, excuse me, quit shaking hands and meeting your friends. I want to take a really high quality video of a booth, which is probably not possible, but I bought a bunch of camera stuff, so I'm going to do it. What's the impression there? Remember that first impression one? Oh, that first impression is that person's a real pain in the ass. They're going to come in and they're going to be all worried about it. And then they're going to have nothing but excuses why it wasn't as perfect as they wanted. Achieving perfection is for people that haven't really done much except theoretically, I think. I'm more of a let's get it done and then have an after action about it, how we could have done it differently. But I wouldn't even say how we could have done it better because 2020 hindsight's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody cannot do it and tell you how you could have done it better. Talk to people who've been there 4 or 5 years and let's talk about how you get it done. Audio, same thing. People are like, blah, blah, blah about audio. Whatever. I do with a phone and I'm still sitting here. And you spend all this money on SHOT and then you eliminate everything about SHOT Show from your videos. You eliminate all the crowd noise. You eliminate, you only take videos of the product. You could have just done that in a studio. Like, what's the point of going to SHOT Show if you don't include SHOT Show in it? Anyhow, I guess there's tastes and flavors, but I'm definitely not down with what the robot's saying here. This last one, though, be strategic, not desperate. I'm going to clear my throat and I'll say that again. Be strategic, not desperate. That I can get behind. Focus on building genuine relationships with brands, not just spamming for coverage. There's both ways. I mean, I don't agree with the robot 100% on here. You spend all your time chatting with people. That's one way to do it. You can spend, an hour talking to somebody? You can do that 8 times a day. So you can do that 64 times at SHOT Show if you got there in the morning and didn't have to walk anywhere. So realistically, you could probably get 50 conversations in at SHOT Show. Realistically, is anybody going to do that? No. So you're going to do a couple of those a day. So now you're talking, 8, 16 of these conversations at SHOT Show. So that's 8 or 16 individuals that you're spending your time on, when you could have been paying attention to dozens and dozens of products, or maybe a dozen companies per person. You can have that person as an ally for a while. Again, let's talk to somebody who's been around for 9 years or 10 years. How long do people stick around in this industry? How long have you been around? Do you think that the industry created when you came around, or it's been here? You'll be around for some amount of time. Everybody doesn't think about how long they're going to be around a thing, but think about something else. If you don't want to think about guns, how long were you into using your blender? How long were you into the last hobby? I got the hiccups now. How long were you in the last hobby you had? How long were you into skateboarding? How long were you playing that game that you thought you'd never stop playing? People get sick of things. Life changes. People's priorities change. They had a goal. They achieved it. Lots of things happen. Well, that's happening all over the place. So to assume that just because you spent hours talking to somebody they owe you something, like, they could go home and quit. They could go home and just, get yelled at from the wife for being at SHOT Show for that long. And now they're in a different industry. And now you just spent one of your 16 conversations at SHOT Show is a dead end. And now you've got nothing except for the experience of talking to somebody. So it's good while it lasts and it's neat, but the industry is a flux, and the same way that you wouldn't want to have all your videos on just YouTube, same way you wouldn't want to do all your efforts on just your website. Having more than one strategy as far as building relationships and the spamming for coverage stuff. You're going to SHOT Show, for crying out loud. Everything in the whole country is jammed into one building, or 2 now. But it's essentially achievable. You can literally browse the entire thing. And it's not like a lame catalog where they're just trying to sell you. This is the industry. This is everything. So you can go to SHOT Show and talk to 12 or 16 people and have massive relationships with them and know one tiny sliver of what's going on in the world. You could walk SHOT Show every year for 3 years and never talk to anybody, just look, and you'd have such a finger on the pulse that you can't believe it. And I've done both. Like, I can tell you 100% that both of those can work, and you can gain just as much from either of those. If you don't think people that sit quietly and watch the stock market are just as wealthy, if not more wealthy, than the people who know the people that run the companies, you could know everything in the world about a company. It doesn't mean you're going to make money on that company. It doesn't mean that company is going to make money. But if you quietly sit like a fly on the wall and watch, you'll see patterns. You'll understand things that are inevitable. You'll see cycles. And there's people that you're going to see next year in 2024. Guaranteed you're going to see people you haven't seen in 4 years, ironically. And they're going to be back because politicians pay a lot of money for ads. And no matter what you drop on the internet, it's going to get ad money. So there's going to be people that drop in every 4 years or whatever the cycle is. And we see that same kind of thing with our industry. So that's my opinion on some of what the robot came up with here. Then it concludes with, by implementing these advanced tactics, you can transform SHOT Show from just another expo into a springboard for securing lucrative product coverage and building lasting relationships with brands in the firearms industry. Remember, it's all about providing value, showcasing your expertise, and standing out from the crowd. Good luck. So if I want to throw something else in here, the way that it kind of said this, I was thinking to myself, if you're new, you've only been to SHOT Show a couple of 3 years, 4 years maybe, and you're still trying to get it all figured out. you don't need to know everything. You can go around SHOT Show and look, and then keep your ears open and be a part of it, right? So you can observe as a participant, and you're watching what's going on, and you see where a flip up revolver is, let's say, and then 2 days later somebody's having a conversation, and they're, it's something where you can add this piece of information about the flip up revolvers you saw there at SHOT Show. Maybe that 3D printed thing that was last year that everybody was talking about, maybe you saw that the first day or the second day, and somebody was talking about it on the third day. Should I go down there and see that? And you tell them, nah, it wasn't that big a deal, it wasn't worth it, and here's why. Now they can take that and profit, because they're going to not waste their time looking for it and wasting their time looking at it, right? They're going to go do something useful. You created value. You've helped that person by just being at SHOT Show. You have value. You can offer value to others. You don't have to be doing the same thing that other people are doing. Think outside the box. Think of how you can improve yourself each year at SHOT Show, and talk to other people. You're not going alone. So if you need help with an idea or a tactic or a strategy or something, start a live show, and guess what? Other people will show up and they'll start having conversations with you. If you don't want to do it live, as soon as I turn this thing off, it's called an off air. It means the room still exists, but it's not broadcasting. Create one of those. Go live, tell people what you want to do, give out links to people and see who shows up. But people are there together. People are going and experiencing the same thing. So you're not going by yourself. You're not going into a vacuum. And you're certainly not going to write things for the first time, or going to write a story for the first time. You're about to go experience a story that some number of people have already. And there's nothing wrong with, letting them tell you that it's the end of that story, letting them tell you, what happens in the last couple of pages. All right, well, I guess that's it. I'll go look at what's going on in the comments over here, if anything. It doesn't look like anybody's saying anything. That's way better than it was at range day last year. Yep. Let's see. Impressions and be remembered as an important component, not the only component. Maybe not for everybody. Let's see. Alan Anchor saying, it's interesting as I just had a conversation with a group of 10 exhibitors at SHOT. I wouldn't mind having that. I don't know how to attract them to a content creator channel. So if there was a way, then I'd have them on and chat about some of the issues, to give people some insight, and maybe to offer them some insight as to what's going on with content creators. Of course, with 2,500 content creators going to SHOT, there's 2,500 stories and preferences and ways of doing things. I am rewriting in the world of 511 and grunt style. I don't know what that means. You don't like there's no way you like the foreigners at SHOT Show. There's definitely communists in this country. Desperation can be seen a mile away. I'd say desperation and timidness, whatever that's called, like people that don't value what they got going on. So they're, just standing there looking down at the ground. And, most people just want you to be up and running. They don't care if you're good. They probably ever know if you're good or not unless you tell them. But by just standing there. Desperation, I read that too, and I was trying to figure out if I can put that next to, I guess, a couple of people I've gone to SHOT and had no ambition, and I've gone and had too many directions or a lack of directions before, I guess. And I guess you could consider that on the edge of desperation, but I don't know. I guess I consider desperation like having no direction and no hope or something. I don't think people get themselves to SHOT Show and are desperate, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you can get really close to it by just being so, I don't know, like you're saying, not having confidence and just being so wishy-washy that you're useless to the company or whoever you're talking to. Can I get some free stuff and what are you going to send me? That's 100% desperate. Yeah. there's the desperate and then there's the like overconfidence, are both the same way, because there's some people that don't know that their shit don't stink, and they walk into a booth and are like, hey, I'm so and so, what are you sending me? And then they'll just walk on, you know. Own the show, period. You earned it. Getting there, you belong there. Act like it. Yep, that's a good way to say it. Milsert, welcome. Getting excited for the show, getting ready, starting to get items ready and interviews ready. Ghost is saying, I did over 25 interviews my first year. I did not see or enjoy SHOT. No more. I have scheduled 4, and that's it for this year. Let's see. Selling, it happens on its own when you foster and cultivate relationships. I guess it kind of depends on what we're talking about there. SHOT is a pretty major investment, so don't think people who go to SHOT do not get desperate to make sure the ROI works out. I guess. I mean, that's the thing. I guess we're all thinking of different people or whatever, and I'm trying to think, like, there's people that, I don't know if they consider it like a gamble, and they go, it didn't win this year. You know, there's that. But I guess, I don't know. I guess what I'm thinking of is desperate is like your poker player who's like desperate, like running all around. I guess maybe on like, you'd be desperate for like looking for free patches on the last day or something, or like desperate to get, I don't know, like that one free giveaway thing that everyone has and you didn't get a chance to get it, but you know what I mean? But no. Anyhow, so that's the Who's Going to SHOT Show. We will, I'm going to go check out, oh man, I opened so many tabs. I'm going to go check out my subscription list again to see if Cape Gun Works, who normally does their, I probably shouldn't have just clicked that. Oh, they're already live. So we'll definitely link up to that and end this one. Try to do this one as essentially like an opening show.
Yeah, my brother Paul and I have been working with Howie to promote our insurance audit. With it.
There we go. We kind of consider this the opening act for Toby's show over there. So let me just quickly call this the consulting, and come on. That, got to click save over here. Oh my goodness. What errors? What errors? How is that over 5,000 characters? Are you kidding me? Oh, because of all this text, I guess. So let me get rid of all that text. See, this is how fun it is doing behind the scenes stuff and this kind of stuff. So I'll save that. There, now it's saved. And now I can jump over to the communization tab and click on the redirect and put that paste in there and click on that. Then click save again. Now we can safely end this show, and you'll be recommended to head over to Cape Gun Works for the Rapid Fire Radio. No, sorry, for 2A Tuesday on the Grace Curley Show. All right. Well, thanks everybody then for joining. Kind of haphazard one, but like I say, when I'm listening to the show, I'll start filling in the comments. Stay tuned for a link over to what's that thing called? Substack, where I'll have the full article. And if you're a manufacturer and you're looking for somebody specifically, I definitely know more people than I'm going to have listed there. So if you're looking for a person who does this or is interested in that or lives here or has that kind of audience, you could contact me if you want, or somebody else who's been going for a while or just knows a bunch of people, and we'd be happy to point you in directions, I'm sure. So with that, thanks everybody who grabbed stuff from our gear website store. We'll have a quick commercial for that on the way out. We'll also say thanks to the people who are our Patreons and support us over on the YouTube memberships by subscribing to what we do. We keep our 3 servers online and pay for the various softwares that we use. And this month, we are dragging DJ to SHOT Show to help out with his replacement co-host. We'll do the quick commercial so you can get over to Cape Cod Market.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Oh, excuse me. Got me wiggling my puppy. Let me quit wiggling this puppy real quick and end the show. He doesn't like it because I have to take one hand off of wiggling him to end the show.